Good morning. It is Thursday, October 30th, 2014. I'm Steve Miller, and this is the Asia Brief. One of the long-standing issues still left unresolved between South Korea and Japan is the name given to the body of water between these two nations. For most of the world, it's known as the Sea of Japan, but for South Koreans, the name they feel correct is the East Sea. Gathering in Gyeongju this week is an international seminar organized by the Society for East Sea and the Northeast Asian History Foundation. The goal of the seminar is to determine the validity of Seoul's naming claim. Quote, "There is a naming principle in an international society. If two countries cannot make an agreement on territorial names, dual names should be used," said Park No-hyung, president of the Society for East Sea. South Korea has made a big push to bring the naming dispute into the spotlight in recent months, even lobbying school districts in the United States. And as a point of reference, the National Geographic Society has been using both names for nearly 15 years. A delegation of Japanese governors is in Beijing to attend the Sino-Japan Governor Forum led by Kyoto Governor Keiji Yamada. Chinese Vice President Li Yuan-chao told the governors the development of a long-term and stable China-Japan relationship is in line with the fundamental interests of people of the two countries. It's hoped this meeting will help mend the strained ties between the nations and set the stage for Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe to finally meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. North Korea has canceled today's high-level talks with South Korea. The DPRK is basing their decision on Seoul's inability to stop anti-Pyongyang groups from launching propaganda leaflets across the border. The South Korean government says it has no legal basis to stop the groups from conducting such activities, but that didn't prevent a group of local residents from trying to do so. There had been high hopes that regular dialogues would resume between North and South Korea following the DPRK's surprise visit to Seoul during the closing ceremonies of the Incheon Asian Games. James Tian was voted out of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. It's a measure of retribution against Tian, since he asked Hong Kong Chief Executive C.Y. Leung to step down for failing to resolve the current political impasse with protesters. Officials say he violated the resolution in which all members must support the city's chief executive. Some take it as a sign that Beijing will silence any political officer who speaks out against it or Leung. Thank you very much for joining me today. Follow the Asia News Weekly Twitter and Facebook feeds for more news. The Asia Brief will return Monday, but coming up Friday at 12:01 a.m., a look at some of the week's biggest stories with the Asia News Weekly podcast. The Asia Brief is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License.